Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Candid Show. This episode is hosted by myself, Sriram and Krishna. So, we are bringing out yet another new format of a show, which is going to be called as Into the Future, where we are going to be talking about various important or rather groundbreaking technological advancement or any kind of changes, for example, in the next 50 to 60 years. So, the main reason or the main aim of this format of the show is going to be focused on the fact as we are going to be discussing about various things or various important things which are going to change in our society in the next 50 to 60 years. So today we are going to pick one very subsection of our society, which is going to be technology. So to ask you a question, Krishna, so what do you think, or rather do you think there will be a very big change or a very big groundbreaking thing in technology in the next 50 to 6 years in India as well as the global economy as well?
So yeah, there will be something very new form of technology being introduced or like invented in the near future or like in 4 to 5 decades. But if you ask me, in India, it is the possibility is low as we have to think about our poverty and other situation factors that
Yeah.
prevent us from concentrating on other issues. So the main priority would be given for our development. So like we have to be a developed country first, and then we can be giving importance to all these other technologies. So
Yeah.
worldwide, there will be surely some kind of big invention. So in technology, so in the last 2 decades, if you see, we have developed so much in all the devices, all the smartphones or like tablets or like computers. We have developed very much. So before we see it was the basic model of telephone. So now we have everything in one smartphone, where radio, calculator, so like camera, everything was different, or like everything was had a different device. So
Yeah.
now everything is available in a single device. So that is a very great improvement for us, considering the last 2 or 3 decades. So going into the future, I think something will be groundbreaking. So the invention will be very big. As such, there will be some the hologram devices. So like all the smartphones will see a very big invention in the near future. So like Shiram, the question I want to ask you is that what do you think could happen in the near future? So like in 4 to 5 decades. So like do you think all these robots, as we spoke in AI episode, so do you think the robots will take over the world, or like they will do something like that?
So I think to answer to your question, I think robots will not take over the world, and I think I've already stressed these points enough in the AI episode as well. So I'd like to reiterate them again. So I think primarily my belief is that robots and humans have to obviously coexist with each other, because obviously robots don't have something called conscience, and unless you don't have something called conscience, you cannot make independent decisions on your own. So hence, thereby they cannot control us, or thereby they will not lead to the global destruction of the world, because robots kind of need to depend on us invariably, because there is obviously this maintenance factor to robots, and they cannot obviously take care of themselves just like humans. So obviously there has to be someone who regularly updates them, checks their software databases, and basically cleaning out all of their hardware parts also, because there is something called maintenance in robots, especially because you just can't just the robots just can't keep working all lifetime without any kind of software upgrade or any kind of a change, and change can only be brought by humans. So to answer to your question, I think robots will definitely not take over the future. And even though there are people kind of consider that as to speak something which can actually happen, but I think that is never actually going to happen, because as I told before, robots and humans exist in a symbiotic relationship. Yeah.
So yeah, considering all the devices, so if you come to all the technological devices like computer or TV, so we
Yeah.
have seen LCD and now LED. So like, what do you think in the next 4 to 5 decades will the transformation of all these devices would be? So like including all the smartphones. So like overall, what do you think would the devices be? So will they remain the same, or something very innovative will be created in the near future?
Yeah, Krishna, I think there is a tremendous amount of potential. There's a lot of positive hope resting on the development of technology, at least in the next 4 to 5 decades. I think because at the basically in the last 20 years or so, our improvement or rather our growth in terms of technological advancement has been really really good, and smartphones was actually considered one of the most biggest inventions. I think even though some people might not recognize it or might not give enough credit to it, but I think smartphones were literally the boon of this generation, and smartphones are literally a God's given gift or something, because the amount of work which you can do with a smartphone these days is just unimaginably high. So I would fairly expect something better than a smartphone. And to talk about better than smartphones, I think the most important thing which you have to consider for any kind of technological advancement is basically portability. I think because that is one of the most important things which we as humans consider before going into any kind of a technological advancement, is the fact that whether the actual device or whether the actual technology is going to be portable. Because in this fast moving world, in this fast moving the global scale, we need to be able to move fast from one place to another. So all of our devices, all of our personal belongings must be very easy to carry. So portability is going to play a big role into the technological development scenario. So I think in that way smartphones are kind of going to be not non-existent, in the sense there's not going to be a physical identity of smartphones, whereas it is going to be that the whole smartphone is going to be integrated as a chip, and probably the chip is going to be inserted into your body, and via the chip, like for example, you kind of plant the chip on your hand, and your hand kind of becomes the screen of the phone. So you're basically able to move things with your fingers, and obviously your body kind of produces enough of static electricity, so probably that might help to power up the phone, and you don't even need to charge the phone, obviously. So I think all of these, even though may seem far-fetched right now, I think there is a definite possibility for something like this. And obviously laptops and I think PCs are basically going to become non-existent, and nobody is going to want to own a PC at any point. So yeah, so to talk about big changes coming in the 4 to 5 decades, yeah, I'm very positive there's going to be very very surprising and very very big discoveries in terms of the actual technological market. Yeah.
So yeah, but in the smartphones or the other devices, if you see, we have got fingerprint sensor, we have got face unlock. So
Yeah.
what all other features do you expect to be invented in the next decade? So what can be else than this to be a very great invention according to technology and devices in future?
So I think the most biggest kind of addition, or more the biggest kind of change which could be done to the current smartphone system, could be the addition of hologram. Because I think hologram is something which is actually a very very big thing, but people kind of don't see it, or people don't understand it much, because it is not even being used much, even since its usage is actually basically no, there's kind of no usage of it. So I think if you start bringing more and more of hologram, and I think hologram is kind of going to kind of seep its way into the current smartphone industry, because it could make a lot of things easier. For example, you don't need to go to have a meeting, you just need to basically have the same kind of meeting atmosphere. You can just have holograms in front of you, so you don't need to actually bring a group of people together in a room and sit together. Rather, you can just be in the comfort of your home and basically have discussions where at the joy of your home. So I think hologram is one very big thing which is actually going to come, and I think hologram is also one of the most important upgrades also, I think. And talking about one more thing, I think AI is going to become even better, because even though we have current AIs now like Siri, we Samsung also has got Bixby. So all of these, even though they are not at their full potential, they can do a lot of tasks which are kind of surprising to understand even now. And I think the AI in respect to phones is going to become probably much more bigger, probably doing a lot more things which I think we can't imagine. But I expect a lot of great things to happen, where AI is basically co-linked with your phone. And I'm just not able to predict the future, but I'm pretty sure that AI and basically hologram are going to have a very good interlinking into your smartphone actually, and going to make your smartphone into a much bigger device than you can imagine. Yeah.
So yeah, we have got all the features, and we can expect the hologram to be invented in the near future.
Yeah.
And Shiram, speaking about the self-driving cars, so as we discussed, we can make a separate episode for it.
Yeah.
So all the cars, existing cars are like mechanical, so like it causes more pollution in these days. So
Yeah.
what do you think about the self-driving cars, along with those electrical cars that may be invented in the near future, or like being implemented in the day-to-day life? So like every car be getting replaced by a self-driving car, or like electrical cars.
So I think that kind of a big change, or rather completely a complete overhaul of electric cars onto our roads, and basically every single IC engine car is replaced, I think is very far. I think that is kind of not going to happen, at least in the next 4 to 5 decades, because I think the foremost reason is that we haven't even started to actually have a proper prototype of electric car, because we still are in the very early development stages, where we're still testing out certain models. We are kind of very in the most initial kind of phases. So I think kind of putting out at least a basic prototype is actually going to be taking a very long time, and there is obviously this factor of safety which is going to be the biggest concern for self-driving cars, because obviously nothing is in a control. The AI is going to completely control your car. So I think the safety aspect of it is going to definitely scare away a few of the potential customers, even though if it actually comes. So I think self-driving cars, I think, definitely has a very long way to go. But I think in terms of the reducing the actual pollution, that is probably the best way to reduce pollution, and have very good automation also. So to talk about self-driving cars, I think we definitely have a very long way to go in terms of self-driving cars. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Yeah.
So yeah, speaking about the self-driving cars, we also have the Tesla car nowadays, but it
Yeah.
is not affordable by everyone. So do you think the all the cars in the near future will get this feature as a basic feature of every cars to be bought in the uh, car? So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is definitely. I think once the actual production starts, or once rather the a lot of cars come into production, more self-driving cars come into the production arena, I think obviously the cost is going to reduce, and like self-driving capacity of a car is kind of going to become a fundamental necessity of any car. I think manual driving will probably become non-existent, and probably moving from one place to another is probably going to be just like sleeping and getting up, just like which you do in a train. So that is how fast the transportation is going to be, and how easy transportation is going to be. And also traffic management, I think, is going to be the very big issue for self-driving cars, because since there's a lot amount of programming involved in this, so it is still very uncertain, or rather you still cannot completely trust the car, because obviously there is this always case of getting accidents, problem, cars getting repaired. So there's always a lot of inconsistencies or a lot of variables involved. So I think once the actual, at least once the prototype comes out, we can have a rough idea of what the range is going to be, or at least what the initial costs are going to be. But I think affordability is going to become easier for every people once it actually comes into full motion. So I probably think it is definitely going to take around 60 to 70 years, I think, and I think it's not, and on a scale which you are talking about, I think that is definitely easily going to take around 70 to 80 years to be precise. Yeah.
So yeah, speaking about the gaming industry, so like technology has been developed. So like we saw the gaming advancement. So like development in technology for the last 2 3 decades.
Yeah.
So we have got PS5 getting launched now recently, and we saw all the types of consoles like PS1 to 4. So all were like consoles. So like, do you think all the gaming consoles will get all these motion sensors or like motion capturing devices in them?
Yeah, so talking about consoles in general, I think, in my opinion, I think consoles are going to become non-existent, because I think at that point of time, or at least 40 to 50 years forward, I think people are actually not even going to have time, or in the sense, people are not going to be able to basically carry something as big as a console. And I think since we are moving more and more towards a portable economy, more portability in terms of devices, I think consoles are basically going to become non-existent. Probably you'll get a much smaller version of the controller, probably the size of the consoles might reduce, but I think the console market will definitely have a reduction of sales in the upcoming years, because definitely people don't want to have big devices. Big Basically any kind of a big furniture is an issue in the current home. So consoles are definitely going to go down, and probably more and more handheld devices like Nintendo Switch, for example, are going to rise up and above. So the competition is primarily going to be about the person, or rather the firm, which is more and more portable, focused more on the portability aspect. So talking about consoles in general, I think portability is going to be the thing which all companies are focusing upon, I feel.
So yeah, now speaking about the traffic or like all these vehicles. So do you
Yeah.
think the vehicles or like these common transport will get will we get these flying cars? So like I may sound weird, but still, also, do you think such
Yeah.
thing will be invented in the near future? So like there is some foundation even made nowadays. So we still have the idea of getting such an invention in the near future. So do you think? What do you think, Shiram?
So I think it's definitely, I think I can't even imagine flying cars. I think that just seems too much at this current point of time, because it is just it's not at all. I think it is not even possible. I think we haven't even figured out the actual physics behind it, because you are going to need kind of rocket propulsion on all four sides of your car and able to push it, and obviously rocket fuel is going to cost you so much more money. So we have to come up with some kind of an alternative to provide boosters to the actual car. So I think flying cars is definitely not something which our generation, or in the sense, at least probably for at least 100 years, I think, because it is not even started yet. We haven't even probably moved an inch in terms of like, it's basically in the sense, in the thinking stages, where we are kind of still actually forming an idea as to how it is going to work, and even though it is not scientifically possible also right now. So definitely self in the sense, flying cars are not going to be and we're not able to going to think about it, at least for the next 90 to 100 years, I feel. Yeah.
So we spoke about the technological advancement that is probably going to happen in the next 4 to 5 decades. But
Yeah.
do you think each and every people will adapt to the technological advancement? So like if we have nowadays we have people who are not at all interested in technology. So like
Yeah.
they are living this old style of the generation. So do you think everyone will adapt to the technological advancement in the future?
I think it is not going to be a choice at all, because at that point of time, I think it is going to become a very basic necessity, where it is like you have to kind of be into technology, because since it is going to be such an integrated and such a complex world, I think technology is going to become like the most essential thing which everyone must know about. Even though as of right now, even though we don't have that amount of technological influence on every person, but I think at that point of time, technologies, you cannot avoid technology, since you are going to be surrounded by it everywhere. Even right now we are surrounded by technology, even though it may not seem as compelled or as compelling as it is, but still we kind of have technological devices around us 24 by 7. So it would be very safe to say that at least in the next 40 to 50 years, we'll basically live with every single part of our life is going to have technology, in the sense, I think, to put it in layman's terms. So I think it is not at all going to be a choice, rather it has to be a in the sense, it has to be a kind of a adaptation or a change, where you have to start actually depending on technology, even though we don't need to depend on technology as of right now. I think at that point of time, that there is going to be this 100% dependency on technology. So every single person obviously has to be into some sort of a has to have a technological knowledge before doing anything, I think. So yeah, it's not so that I think there is no choice about it, I feel.
So yeah, before in our previous episodes, we spoke about implementation of the technology in schools and colleges. So like
Yeah.
replacing the books. So like the books can be replaced by electronic devices in a way where they kind of give information. So like it kind of helps the student to write and read easily. So
Yeah.
without so we nowadays find the books and everything carrying it, so like we feel it very difficult. So
Yeah.
do you think the implementation of the technological devices, so like ipad, so like tabs, or like the systems in each and every classroom, so like in college and school, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the biggest change, I think, or the biggest impact of technology, at least in the next 50 to 60 years, is definitely going to be in education. Because I think, obviously, the children of today are the citizens of tomorrow, and I think that is going to hold true till human civilization stands. So, obviously, we are going to have a much more bigger focus, or much more of a stronger focus on ways to actually strengthen our education system, or make it much more accessible, or rather making it much more simplified, accessible to all people. So, obviously, technology is the only thing just going to make it into a much stronger entity, or a much powerful entity, because obviously currently not everybody can afford education, not everybody can afford the same standard of education provided. So I think technology is definitely going to be very helpful in actually enhancing the current education system also. And we can see probably not probably we don't have to go to school also for any kind of education. We can probably sit in our homes, and probably the entire thing is going to be online, where obviously the use of hologram comes into picture again, where probably you're going to be holographically sitting sitting in your classroom, and obviously the entire thing is going to be some sort of holographic projection, where your entire classroom is basically going to be virtually in front of you. So creating that virtual atmosphere, I think that is going to be the primary focus, because once we start moving more and more into the technological advancement, people would probably would want to move more and more into the technological aspect of education rather than the actual use of blackboard. Because even though people do use blackboards right now, blackboards definitely are going to usage is going to come down. So I think technology, in terms of the development in education, technology is going to be the biggest game changer of current education system. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to implement it in such a way where all the students get used from it, not get addicted to it. So, like
Yeah.
considering the current generation, everyone is attacked to the attached to the technology very much, and we can't
Yeah.
live without all these devices like smartphones and laptops. So. We have to implement it in such a way that it is properly governed, and all the students must use it in a proper way. So another question I want to ask you, the last question is that what do you think about the advancement in technology, getting the all the old newspapers? So like all these newspapers, or like all these non-technical news stuff, so getting extinct in the near future. So what do you think? Will the newspapers get extinct in the near future as we get everything in a simple and portable device?
Definitely, I think the end of newspaper era is actually, I think, pretty much in reach, and I think that's going to come into force at least in the immediately, probably next 5 to 10 years, because we already kind of consume all of our general knowledge, social trivia off a phone only, off a phones only. So I think newspapers and magazines, or any kind of physical book media or hard copies of this news articles in general, are going to be completely shut down, I think. And obviously people are also not going to depend on it, and since everybody is going to be can everybody can afford a smartphone, so I think obviously there's going to be no need of newspapers. Obviously magazines are also going to go down. So yeah, the end of newspaper era is definitely in within sight only, I feel. Yeah.
So yeah, we can expect new inventions that are useful for us in our day-to-day life in the next 4 to 5 decades. So
Yeah.
considering the technology, so yeah, that was for today's episode, guys. Thank you for listening. If you have any kind of comments, suggestions, or criticism, please leave it in the comment section below. So thank you for listening.
Thank you all.